show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. All right. Blog Talk wants to act a fool. They want to act a fool right now. So um as soon as as soon as the page comes back to life, then you know. Oh, I think it wants to come back to life. There we go. It didn't. It didn't seem to want to come back to life. We a little glitchy today. We're a little glitchy today. So if we start skipping and blipping and all of that kind of stuff, if we start slipping and blipping and glitching, please don't start tripping. We're gonna get it took care
Since it
of.
appears you're calling back
We're
into a
gonna get it
live
took care
show,
of.
we are reconnecting you now.
Shoot, the song should be just about over like Rover. We got to do this thing like over word. Yo, how y'all feeling on this Monday? I hope you're feeling good, and I know you should, because we doing good and all right. But I don't want to just speak to myself. My sight is on something greater. We can talk about that a little later. I'm glad to see y'all coming through, and y'all know right now what we going to do. The benefits of thinking that you're cute. The benefits of thinking that you're cute. How do you handle a compliment? Do you brush it off? Do you think that somebody is only complimenting you on the way that you look because they're trying to gas your head up and get something out of you? Do you think that they're trying to play you? Well, we're going to take a look at that right now. You know, we're talking about the benefits of thinking that you're cute. When somebody has high self-esteem, sometimes it can come off as conceit. It can come off as overconfidence. You know, it's hard to find exactly where the line of humility, low self-esteem, and overconfidence is drawn. But, you know, the way that we present ourselves and the way that we portray ourselves is really a practice, and it's a practice that we put in motion on a regular basis, sometimes on a daily basis or whatever. And the way that we are raised, the things that we are taught, and the way that we are shown how to conduct ourselves weighs heavily on the way that we attract people or keep people away from us. You know, so when I talk about the benefits of thinking that you're cute, I'm talking about how do we look at people who are confident in not only their looks, but in their abilities, the things that they can do. Because when you really think about it, when you're confident in your skills and in your ability, you come off with this kind of swag. I'm not saying that you mush it in people's face, you know, or that you dance around and really you know, just show off. But you can always tell when somebody's self-esteem is high, and you can always tell when somebody is confident in what they do and what they do, because they can do what they do at a high level. You can tell it comes off. There's an energy about it, and that energy can be that cute energy. Have you ever done something and you did it really well and you surprised somebody? They may have already known that you were good at what you did, but maybe you put a different spin on it, you know, attacked it from a different, or approached it from a different angle, and just really show them what you had. And they were like, you think you cute, don't you? It didn't really have anything to do with your looks. But remember back in the day, you know, from elementary school and stuff like that, I know in Philly, whenever you did something or you were good at something and you really put your skills on display, people be like, you think you cute. Or when you were just a person that was confident, period. You know, somebody who was jealous of you, somebody that was hating on you, they would say, such and such think they cute. And that was girl or boy. Something else, ain't it? Yeah, a lot of y'all might have forgotten about that. Yeah, you think you cute. Or she thinks she cute. Or he think he cute. Or he think he fine. And blah, 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 blah. A lot of times it wouldn't have anything to do with looks. A lot of times the people that were saying it actually thought that that person was cute, or that they were fine, or that they were handsome, or that they were pretty, or that they dressed well, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it was that made them stick out, that made them shine. A hater will let you know exactly what your strong points and your weak points are. That's the one thing about jealous people and haters, because haters and jealous people are not exactly the same. You know what I mean? Jealousy is a deeper form of hatred. It's actually real hatred. Sometimes I think it can be masked as it can be admiration too. You know, some people are jealous of people that they really like or that they really love. They just really want to be like them or to have something that they have, but they don't want them to have it anymore. I want it, but I don't want you to have it too. Hate is like, you know, hate is not innocent, but it can be. Hate is like, man, I'm glad the Cowboys didn't didn't win a second playoff game. Or man, the Eagles didn't deserve to have that bye week, or they only beat the Giants. They're not really that good. You'll see. Or even if they beat the 49ers, they're not going to win the Super Bowl because they don't win Super Bowls. You know, it's hate. It's hate. So hate can be lack of confidence in somebody. And people who are very confident normally have people who are haters against them. But your haters will show you what you're good at and what you are bad at. Because when you're good at something, your haters are going to be hating on it. They're going to try to stop you from being able to do it. They're going to try to get people to gang up on you and stop your motion. You have to cease and desist. Haters will let you know what you're good at and what you're bad at. If you suck at something, you could best believe your haters are going to be right there. Like, I told you, this guy's, he suck. He corny. He's whack. He's no good. We got to get him up out of there. They'll let you know. You know? When you're good at something, your haters will be like, well, why we always got to choose him? You know? That's the Jordan rules. He ain't Tom Brady. Because you know that Michael Jordan got a lot of favor from the refs. True story. Anybody who remembers when Michael Jordan was playing basketball, he hardly ever got in foul trouble. I don't think Michael Jordan ever fouled out of a game. I mean, it's not common for a forward to fall out. I mean, well, he was a guard, but it's not common for them to foul out anyway. But he would get no fouls. He would get just about no fouls. And anytime anybody touched Michael Jordan, you best believe they would get in a foul, and if they complained about it, they was getting teed up. It's actual fact. Same thing with Tom Brady. Couldn't touch him. Even though Tom Brady pretty much, because he played so long, over 20 years, he actually came from a time when you could actually play a little bit of football. You could still hit the quarterback. But anyway, those guys got a lot of favors. They got a lot of favors from the officials. And so your haters are going to hate on that. Like, why they got to be, and why he got to be, and why. He ain't the king. They ain't the, that kind of stuff. So the benefits to thinking that you're cute. That's what we're talking about tonight. And welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show, y'all. Monday night, Power Monday, all up in your area. If I sound a little hoarse, I should sound a little hoarse because I'm still a little hoarse from Saturday night, yelling at the Eagles. You know what I mean? I guess I hadn't really yelled at anybody in a good while. So I don't think I'm very hoarse, but I feel it. I feel it like my voice is a little scratchy, and it feels like I have to push it out a little harder. I got to push it out. One good thing One good thing that happened today is I bought some allergy medicine. Man, I needed that bad. Went and got some Claritin D today. And I feel better. I'm definitely not feeling all itchy. You know what I mean? Y'all, I haven't rubbed my nose yet. Eyes aren't tearing right now. Whatever. Anyway, the benefits to thinking that you're cute. You know, when you see somebody that has high self-esteem, it can come off as overconfidence. It really can. You know, that person might just be a little too much. And that might be too much for you to deal with. You know, it's not always easy to deal with somebody that is always talking about themselves, talking about what they can do, talking about what they're going to do, talking about how great they did something that they probably didn't do all of that well. And you know, so it can come off as conceit. Sometimes people who are good at something or confident about something sometimes will talk about people who aren't as good at it, or who are who are new at it, struggling with it, or just aren't as good at it as they may be. So sometimes they can be a little off-putting because it's like, you know, this dude or this chick really do think she all of that. Like, come on now. And a lot of people let people who are overconfident get away with stuff. You ever you ever compliment somebody on their looks and they say something like, "Yeah, I know." Sometimes you can say that, and you can tell that a person is playing around, you know, actually getting cute. Like, "Yeah, I know, because I got this thing today," and blah blah blah. And you're probably not going to be offended by that. You're not going to get mad. But when a person is overconfident, that might be the very thing that may stop you from giving them or paying them a compliment, because they're not going to handle it well. Like, come on, man, I didn't ask you to confirm. I just said that you look nice today. I just said, you know, you're looking good. You're showing out well. You know, don't give me all of the other stuff that makes me wish I never said anything. Don't turn me into a hater. Don't do that. Same thing with somebody who has low self-esteem. You know, we were just talking about how somebody with high self-esteem, if that's what it really is, because all overconfidence isn't really high self-esteem. A lot of times people are overconfident, or they appear overconfident because they want people to validate the thing that they like about themselves or want to like about themselves. You know, they kind of want to push you into getting the party started of paying them compliments. Like people who post selfies every day. You know, people who don't understand the science behind that, they think they post selfies every day because they think that they're so fine. No, they need validation day after day after day. They need it. Let them post those selfies and nobody likes those selfies, or compliments them, or hearts them, anything. But it's going to crush them. That's when you're going to start seeing them, you know, complain. You know, all these people on my page or whatever, you know what I mean, just out there lurking. They not liking nothing. They not commenting on nothing. They're complaining because they're not getting the validation and the confirmation that they need, that they're doing something well, that they're looking good out there. It's not easy to deal with. But that's not high self-esteem. It's not. It's not high self-esteem. High self-esteem is when you know inside that you're good. You don't necessarily need anybody to tell you. You know for a fact. And it comes off in the energy that you put out there. You may actually be more helpful to somebody else. Like, your self-esteem is high. You know how it is. You know how it is. I don't know about y'all, but when I learn how to do something new, I want to show everybody how to do it too. I don't want to just be the only one who knows how to do it. And I mean, to me, that's just no fun. Let's spread the ball around. Like, yo, I found this thing out. Do y'all know that we can all have this if we do this? Did you know that? Check it out. I'm telling you, this is great. To me, that's what high self-esteem is. You know what I mean? Looking for ways that not only you can be better, but that the people around you who you like, who you care about, who concern you, can be better also. To me, that's high self-esteem. Now we also deal with people who have low self-esteem. And you know what a pain in the ass people with low self-esteem can be? Because just like people who have high self-esteem, people with low self-esteem need confirmation too. And they don't think that they're good enough to get it. They don't believe that anybody thinks that they're good because they don't think that they're good themselves. It's like a form of depression. They can really bring a party down. So just like the hater that's mad at the confident person, the person with low self-esteem is a hater too, but they're a self-hater. Like, man, I ain't never gonna get that because I don't have this. Have you ever heard, ladies, black women, my queens, my princesses, have you ever had a girlfriend? For my people in North Carolina, South Carolina, have you ever had a friend girl? Have you ever had a friend girl that runs around talking about only reason the boys like her because she got long hair, or because she got good hair, or because she light skinned? Even if it's true, when you hear somebody complain about people like that time and time again, it's like, so you mean to tell me that none of the boys that you have ever liked you because you didn't have long hair, or because you didn't have good hair, or because you weren't light skinned, or because come on now. So, and it's funny because people with low self-esteem will never believe you when you tell them that they look good. They'll make you give up. Well, if I'm so good, how come you didn't do this for me? How come you won't do that for me? If I'm so pretty, how come such and such, blah, 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 and how come this ain't happening? And see, people with low self-esteem think that everybody has everything except for them. They think that everybody has everything except for them, and they always act like they don't know how to get anything, or like it's not in the cards for them. So just like the person that you had to hype up, for the I'm sorry, y'all. Just like the person you had to hype up to make sure that their self-esteem and their confidence stays intact, or their overconfidence stays intact, you may have to do the same thing, even more for the person with low self-esteem. We all know somebody who's really, really pretty or handsome, but doesn't seem to see that in themselves. And the thing that can really get on your nerves about people with low self-esteem and low self-confidence is that they will let somebody with mediocre confidence or mediocre skills, looks, talents, and all of that, they will let them take unfair advantage of them. How many of y'all have had friends that you had to protect from predators? Like, why you let him run you around like that? Why you let him do you like that? We probably all have had friends and family members and loved ones who we were like, this don't make no sense. As pretty as she is, why is she with that ugly bum? And he dogging her out. As handsome as he is, the boy got it going on. But I tell you what, he can't get a decent chick to save his life. All he ever get with is chicks who use him for his money, blame kids on him, just use him and abuse him, keep him up all night. And you got to sit back and watch this craziness. Y'all know what I'm talking about? See what y'all talking about. me see what y'all talking about. Sounds like sounds the name's Sanquana reindeer. I don't know. Probably should have read that back when you wrote it. Okay. Carol Chambers says, I remember that. Yeah. And people, saying, you think you cute. Yeah. Because you can catch a football. I think he cute. Catching all those footballs, running, scoring touchdowns, shooting jump shots, almost dunking, never missing from the free throw line, knowing how it has a pretty good handle, knows how to play defense. Stacy White, she says, I may not be able to do nothing else but one thing. I'm able to do God. Wait a minute. I'm able to, okay. God gave me a gift to cook my whole side of the family. To cook. My whole side of the family can cook. And we have a chef in our family gift of survival. Okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing like being able to cook. That's something that that most people appreciate in somebody else if they have that kind of gift. The thing is, they might have you trying to cook for them all the time. OTK right says, I have said that jokingly. Oh, you think you cute? Yeah, of course. Or did you mean that you said, yeah, I know I'm looking good today. See, you're not going to offend anybody like that unless they really are a hater. Like, I don't believe they acted that way. Like, come on now. I mean, you can save the compliment if I can't even enjoy, a bask in some, some little, banter. You know what I mean? We're just playing around. Sheesh. Carol Chamberlain says, that's true, Omar. The need for validation. Man, them selfie, man, all my selfie posters out there, I'd be like, oh my God. And another one, and another one, and another one. Occasionally they'll try to mix it up because they know after a while it's too much. So they'll mix it up and take ussies instead of selfies. Get some more people in the picture so it won't look like they're just saturating the market with their own image. They are aware that what they're doing is a little much. But I tell you what, they can't stop it because they need what they need. They need what they need. So sometimes you have to put your pride to the side and just give somebody else what they want. Like, okay, you need this validation more than I need for you to not feel good about yourself. So here you go. Man, you the greatest. Ain't nobody bad like you. Karen Chamberlain, you laughed at when I said friend girl. They say that down south. Friend girl. First time I heard that, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? She also says, that's me, Omar. I want to share everything new I learned. Yeah, that's because you care. That's because you want to share your gifts. You don't want to just have your gifts in a bubble. You know what I mean? Shout out to people who want to keep everything that they have or everything that they can do a secret. Oh yeah, I want to know. Hey, let me ask you this. Speaking of secrets, something caught my attention. Something caught my attention today. The a Geico commercial, and on this Geico commercial, the little gecko was talking about his mom's or his grandmother's secret recipe. What's the secret recipe about? And honestly, I've wondered about this almost my whole life. What's the thing about a secret recipe? People who know how to cook something, but they have this secret recipe. If you're not marketing that recipe, what's the secret? What are you keeping it secret for? Because even if somebody has all of the ingredients that you put in your food or whatever it is that you're making, do you think that they're going to be able to cook it like you? But people talk about this, their aunts, their moms, their grandmothers, secret recipe passed down from generation to generation. The secret recipe. I was just wondering about that. I know that was random. It was off the cuff. But you'll hear people say, "Oh my God, I found this new way to make this cake. Oh, this is the ba 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 ba." If everybody could do what you do, then they would already be doing it if they thought it was something that needed to be done. That may be just the way I look at it. What's the secret recipe? The secret recipe. Somebody please give me the science on the secret recipe, because I'm not so sure I get it. Maybe I do, but maybe I don't. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it. Emily TT Carey right. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. And Ansel Jones, Baltimore brother. That's my brother. Get girls can't leave him alone. Glad to see all y'all, man. Thanks for coming through on this Power Monday. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get 'Em Business Show, Power Monday, and we're talking about the benefits to thinking that you're cute. I don't know. I would rather have high self-esteem and even overconfidence than to have low self-esteem and think that I wasn't good at anything or worthy of anything or ever going to get anything. The world is so unfair. The world is so unfair. I'm never going to get mine. Nobody's going to let me through. Yeah. Okay. What we got? TK right says, when you were saying slipping, blipping, and glitching. Okay. San Juan. Okay, San. Okay. All right, San Juan. All right. I get it now. Thanks for that. Carol Chamberlain says, in my family, there were certain things cooked and no one knew exactly how to make it taste the same. Yeah, I just wonder if they would be able to make it taste the same, even if they knew exactly how it was cooked. Like, all right, look at when they have revealed certain recipes to certain dishes in cookbooks and stuff like that. People be messing it up anyway, or they want to add something in. They want to make their own secret recipe, or they want to take something out. Well, I don't really like this in there, so I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna put this in there instead. Yeah, this tastes good. Now they got their own secret recipe. Oh yeah, let's go get it copywritten. Now, ain't nobody doing all that. Ain't nobody doing all that. Carol says, I don't share some recipes. LOL, they're my secrets. I mean, look, I respect the game. And Carol says, I agree, Omar. Low self-esteem does not make for a happy person. Oh my God, you will be babying them. Like, oh, Lord. I did not go to school for psychology. Why do I have to counsel this person every day? Every day they whine. Every day they whine. Get on my damn nerves all the time. I mean, dealing with somebody who has low self-esteem is a chore. Believe me, you will have a job trying to keep their head straight. And one of the reasons that it's going to be a job for you is because you may want the people around you to be happy. You want them to be satisfied. You want the people on your team to feel like the team that they're on is a good team. I want to talk about something real quick. And I know this is random. Ed Reed. Um got fired or whatever from Bethune-Cookman. Now, you know the whole thing that went down with Deion Sanders and Jackson State. Now Ed Reed, the former player from the Baltimore Ravens, now he's belly aching and bitching about the facilities and the amenities of the football program at Bethune-Cookman. So now he lost his job. And now he's saying he's rebel rousing and ranting and raving about how Bethune-Cookman doesn't care about the kids, the players, and how they stealing money and all of that. So I'm like, niggas in this crabs in a barrel mentality, man. It don't stop. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say that Deion was just telling the truth. Ed Reed is just telling the truth. These schools ain't doing this. These schools ain't doing that. These schools. And I'm disappointed in Deion Sanders, not because he left, but because of the stain that he put on the school when he left. Now, first he said he was leaving because he wanted bigger opportunities. Then when people start getting on him, then he starts spilling the tea. Well, I had to use some of my own money. I had to do this. They ain't have that. They ain't have this. You have to understand that Deion Sanders went to Florida State. He went to Florida State, a big, giant state school that is highly funded by their football program. They've won national championships. Bobby Bowden was their football coach, one of the most winningest coaches ever in college football history. So those schools are going to baby their football players and their athletes, but especially their football program, because that's their bread and butter. That's where all the money is coming from. Millions, billions of dollars come from their football program. So of course they're going to get the top athletes, the top recruits. Of course they're going to be on TV, national TV, playing for national titles. Of course they have money hand over fist to fuel into their football program because that benefits them directly to do so. These small HBCUs, they don't send, nobody sends their children to a HBCU so they'll get into the NFL. It doesn't work that way. Sure, some of them make it into the NFL, but the goal of sending your child to an HBCU is so they will get a college degree and hopefully go back to their communities and help out, pull others up. That's what HBCUs are known for, designed for. And that's the way it has worked. They have sports programs, but they don't have millions and billions of dollars that go into those sports programs because those sports programs are not paying the bills at those, universities and those colleges. But it just kills me how we niggas start pointing the fingers and talking about how bad somebody is and how much they steal it and how much they ain't doing this, that, and the third when we don't get what we want, or when our expectations are higher than we can be provided with. When are we gonna have somebody, one of y'all black motherfuckers, when are one of y'all gonna say, I don't give a shit what nobody says? Those white universities shit on players and students, and they do things inappropriate just as much, or actually they wrote the book on it. They wrote the book on it. But because they have these big alumni and these athletes who have gone on to play professional sports, who bring even more money to those colleges, they can play around with the money and they can do whatever they want to do because they have that power of the finances. These HBCUs don't have that. When are one of our black, I don't know, athletes, coaches, scholars, helpers, stars, when are one of them going to say, you know what, I'm not slandering or talking bad about this school no matter what. I'm not going to tear down this black institution no matter what. Yep, they have problems. Yep, there's improprieties. Yep, there's some things that should be done that aren't being done that I wish would be done, and I'm going and that I've suggested. Yep, all of these things are happening. Guess what? They happen everywhere. But I'm not going to make this one look like it's a lone case, a sole case. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We already are against each other, on the broke level, on the project level. I'm not doing it on this education level. I'm not doing it. Ain't doing it. I'm sorry for that rant. But yeah, looking at Ed Reed, I mean, that's just the way I saw his video. And I'm looking like, I saw the video on YouTube on Comedy Hype. Comedy Hype is a really good YouTube channel. Really good. It's a black YouTube channel, and they call it Comedy Hype because they talk about comedy news, but they talk about other community-oriented stuff. And they had that video about Ed Reed. He all doing all that yelling and cursing and screaming. I'm like, come on, man. Now, you wouldn't do that with the white man. The white man is going to get you right on up out of there. Right on up out of there. There ain't, but we want to stand behind him. Oh, yeah, they just mad because he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. You know what? There are different versions of the truth, and there are different truths within one truth. Why, when we so-called expose somebody, that's the only truth that matters? Come on, man. Come on. We got to do better than that. We got to do better. And I wrote that in the comments too. I said, the bully pulpit ain't always it. But I'll tell you this. You think you the boss at your job? You think that your job needs you so much? Go public. Go public. Go on the internet. Go on TV and start talking about what your job ain't doing right. I dare you. I don't care who you work for. See if you have a job the next day. Just see. Yet we think that they should actually put up with that from him or Deion Sanders or anybody else. Oh yeah? Okay. So you ain't gonna do that with the white man, because the white man gonna get the paperwork started with the quickness and get you on up out of there. Like, yeah, I understand your gripes. I understand I understand your the problems that you have, and some of them are legit. But I'm sorry, you can't do that. That's bad press. Now that has everybody looking at us. It makes everybody uncomfortable. Now you're going to have people going to go look at our books and the way that we do things. So even the things that we were doing right are going to be scrutinized in a negative way. You're out of here. Okay. Anyway, Carol says people want to make it their own. Talking about the secret recipe. Carol says more like a burden. I'm just saying. And she says, if he felt that way, why wait until now to say those things? And that's exactly what I would. When Dion left Jackson State, he didn't say anything about, yeah, man, I had to get on the body here because they just not doing things right. It wasn't until he was all the way gone and people started saying, "Dag Dion, you sold out. Dag Dion, you." Now he want to start spilling the tea. I'm sorry, I don't respect it. I don't respect it. Even though a lot of people didn't TK Wright says HBCUs get millions depending on the school. They do, but not from their sports programs. The difference between a Jackson State and a Florida State or a Penn State or an Ohio State or a Michigan State or Michigan, those are football academies. Sure, they have great academic programs, but guess what really pays the bills? Those Joe Paterno brought billions, not millions, billions of dollars to Penn State. And as soon as that stuff came out with about Sandusky, they shitted on that man as if he did it. Joe Pa had actually did the right thing and tried to blow the whistle. They said, nah, it wasn't good enough. This went on too long. You had to have known something about it. And that man died of cancer, not even 6 months later. Killed that man. Took down his statues and all of that shit. What? You're going to take down took away some of his wins so he wouldn't be the winningest coach ever? It was disgusting. And what happened a few years later after everything blew over? Statue went back up. Gave him his wins back. Like, well, if he was alive, he should have been like, man, fuck all of you. Because Joe Pa used to talk funny. Stacey, what are you talking about? Tell her to take it off. Now I'm lost. TK Wright says they weren't complaining about the wrongdoings until they weren't eating off the same. All right. I'm just saying, man. Just saying. There's something about the nigga that doesn't get what they want or what they think they deserve. Well, I'm telling. I saw you do this, and I know you did it, and I know where you did it, and I know where you got the money, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling, since you want to act fun, okay. I don't know any. Okay. I started to talk about, and many people disagree with me about this, but when Colin Kaepernick was doing the whole kneeling thing, and we were supposed to be boycotting the NFL. I don't know. That seemed ridiculous to me. The NFL is not out there beating heads and killing black people. That's not the NFL. But you want to boycott the NFL because Colin Kaepernick kneeling took the focus off of the sport and it brought it to a social a social political climate. Well, first of all, I didn't boycott the NFL because first of all, there was no plan. The only successful boycott that we have ever had was the Alabama bus boycott. It worked. We actually achieved our objective so well. We didn't even have to start taking the bus again, but we did. We let them off the hook. But they had a plan. Okay, since y'all won't let us sit where we want to sit, and we pay our good money, we're going to take our money back, and the money that they took back, they were actually being able to use it for other things. Where was that plan for boycotting the NFL? We weren't going to make any money from that. And what was the end game? To get to get Colin Kaepernick to be able to keep kneeling and to get him back in the NFL. He left the NFL he left the San Francisco 49ers for free agency. And people forgot or didn't know that Colin Kaepernick didn't get cut from the 49ers. He left. He wanted to he listened to his agent to go test free agency. His agent should have been fired because you can't bring that type of smoke and heat to your team and expect another team to pick that up. You're going to be a distraction in the locker room because you have white players and you have military people and it was just a circus. But then he wasn't going to get away with that. And at the end, the only person that benefited from that boycott and all that kneeling stuff was Colin Kaepernick. Nobody else. No. Did you see any money? Did you get any money? Know anybody that got any money? No. He did. He was getting paid the whole time. Nike was paying him the whole time. No wonder he wasn't saying nothing. What the hell? What princess? Oh, Prince. I don't know. Listen, I'm lost. I don't know. Anyway, benefits to thinking that you're cute. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, listen, I got things on my mind from the weekend. And I just wanted to just wanted to share. I just wanted to share some of the things I was thinking, y'all. I mean, sorry for going off the rails. But listen, we talk about low self-esteem. We talk about high self-esteem. If I have to choose between one or the other, I'm always going to choose high self-esteem. I always want to feel good about myself. I always want to feel confident about what I'm doing. And nothing breeds confidence like knowing how to do something. It's like if you struggled with a subject in school, you weren't confident about taking those tests. Let's say it was math. If you didn't learn the principles of addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, it was going to be hard for you to do math. But once you learned those things and got them down, each level of math that you took was never hard. It was challenging because we introduced new things like integers and variables, the stuff going on with algebra, equations, word problems. Word problems was difficult for a lot of people. The product of this, the sum of that, the difference between, you know what I mean? But once you learned exactly what those terms meant and you could translate them into symbols or mathematical equations, then it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. So when you learn how to do those equations, or when you learn how to write well, you learn how to spell well, it showed in the things that you did, and you had confidence. So if the you always knew who was confident in the material in class, because you could tell by who raised their hand. If you raise your hand, you ain't raise your hand if you didn't know the answer. You only raised your hand when you knew the answer. So in a classroom full of smart kids, you see almost everybody raising their hand like, ooh. And you see students getting mad because they didn't get picked. Like, you don't never let me give the answer. Everybody wants their chance to shine. That's their confidence. So I would much rather have high self-esteem. I would much rather be confident in my ability. I would much rather be overconfident than to be underconfident or lack confidence. If I have to choose one, I would rather think that I'm cute, even if I'm just medium, than to be thinking like, ain't no girl gonna want me. First of all, I'm not that good looking. Actually, I'm ugly. What is it? Like Biggie said, ugly as ever. However, I wear coochie down to the socks. Like, this nigga called himself ugly on a record, and it worked. Did he really think he was ugly, or did he just rhyme? It depends on who you talk to. Some people think that Biggie really was ugly. Some people thought that he was actually pretty good looking. I'll bet you that Biggie probably thought that he was ugly because he was dark. I'll bet you any amount of money of that. You can kind of tell by the women that he chose to be with. Faith Evans, Charlie Baltimore, Lil Kim, and whoever. What they all have in common? Anything consistent in those three? TK, right? You use the illest. She said some people. In other words, she is some people. And Carol says the consistency is skin color. You can tell a lot about a man's self-esteem, sense of self,
90
self-confidence
seconds.
by the woman that he chooses. It ain't usually random. Well, you can tell some things. Now, I'm not saying that's going to tell the whole story, but you're going to be able to tell some things. That's for sure. Carol says that's true,
60
Omar.
seconds.
If you didn't know, you tried to hide so you don't get called on. Yeah, we wasn't smart enough to raise our hand to fake the teacher out. No, you knew. If you didn't raise your hand a lot, and all of a sudden you raised your hand, you was getting called on. Like, everybody put their hand down. Randy, what's the answer? 6. 6? Yeah, 6. No. All right, Sheila. Sheila, what's the answer? Abraham Lincoln? Yes.
10
Abraham
seconds.
Lincoln. Randy, where did you get 6 from? Class clown ass Randy. Oh, I thought I thought you was asking how long he was president. It was 6. Wasn't he president for 6? You know what? Get Randy. You about to go to the principal's office. You playing. You playing. TK Wright says, that boy was ugly. Well, I guess Faith Evans and And Charlie Baltimore and Lil Kim didn't think so. I don't know. Emily says, I don't like to call people ugly. I say unattractive. I don't hurt people's feelings or try not to. If you get on my nerves, if you a hater, if I'm and you ugly, you getting that. You getting all of that. You getting all of that. And I'm gonna say it with venom too. Yeah. You talking about the benefits to thinking that you cute? Don't come around me acting like you cute when you ugly and you got a bad attitude and you offend other people and try to make other people look bad. You gonna get that ugly title because I know that stings. It stings bad. And don't get me wrong. I've been called ugly too. You know, people have gotten mad at me, called me ugly. Ugly ass. I'm like, oh God, you really hit me where it hurt. Shit. Whatever, man. TK Wright says, I applaud you, Emily. I don't intentionally hurt people's feelings, though. I don't know. With me, once you ask for it, you getting it. I'm gonna gift wrap that. You're gonna get that whole, you're gonna get that shit with a bow on it. TK Wright says, Carol, I started staring out the classroom window just now. Says, I feel you. I put my head in the book on my desk. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Taisha Johnson, happy birthday to you, Taisha. And also Dion Schofield, turning 52 years old today. And also Kenneth Haley, turning 44 years old today. And Rhonda Flowers, turning 65 years old today. And Sophia Yerinkiwa, turning 36 years old today. And Darcy L. Rofe, turning 39 years old today. And Dijanabu Leith, turning 39 years old today. And Faisal El Alawa Mohammed, turning 44 years old today. And also Abyssinia Naphtali, happy birthday to you. And Renee Hill, turning 59 years old today. Happy birthday. And my girl, Lisa Hill, no relation to Renee Hill, but my girl, Lisa Hill, go get a Lisa Hill. The real deal, Lisa Hill, turning 53 years old today. And last but not least, my brother going all the way back to the 1982, Maurice Munch Watts, my man Maurice Watts, Munch Watts, turning 52 years old today. Happy birthday to you, my brother. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious January 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on. Wait a minute. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead, turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. I said the great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, low self-esteem, no. High self-esteem, yes. Overconfidence, lack of confidence, get your skills up. Get your skills up and your wills up. Pay your bills up. Many of us have children. Most of us do. One thing you don't want to have or want to do is have to deal with your children who have low self-esteem. You want to make sure that you instill confidence in your children day after day after day. You want them to think that they're the smartest. You want them to feel like they're the greatest. They're the prettiest. They're the most handsome. They are the most important. They are relevant. They matter. People care about them. They are an asset to humanity. This whole world is a better place because they are in it. That's what we want for our children. We don't want our children running around here thinking that they're worthless, that they're ugly, that they're stupid. And some of these parents actually tell their kids that. You ain't shit, you ain't never been shit, you ain't gonna be shit. You ugly, you stupid. I'll fight a parent over that. We not doing that. We not doing none of that shit. I wouldn't care if your child looked like the Elephant Man. We not doing that. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another daily Go Get Emism show. So y'all hold tight. I want y'all to have a great night. No exceptions. Do the damn thing. Glad y'all listened tonight. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, appreciate you all. Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of there. Yeah. Carol says, man, listen, that's the worst because someone will turn
Thank you
your
for
child
using
out.
Blog
Ugh.
Talk Radio. Goodbye.
That's right. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace.